Well, ladies and Germans, how y'all doing? This is Conoric.
I'm Rangru, low, low, low.
And folks, here on Ostronow, Rang, who do we have?
On left-hand side in blue, we have Allot playing as the Panzer Lehr with balanced income. On the right-hand side, we have Curbs playing as 26 Guards Infantry with a Vanguard income.
By the way, guys, as we go into the Memorial Day weekend, first of all, a very, all the best for our American comrades out there. If you're looking for something to do on Saturday, swing on by 12 Eastern Standard Times. That's GMT +5. Over, or -5? -5. Over to Rangru's channel, actually. Rang, what do you have going on there?
During the Divisional Disaster Tournament, it's pretty much people playing with the worst decks possible. It will be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll be on this Saturday.
Indeed. So guys, swing on by, give some love, give some attention, and maybe some pity to the people who are definitely fighting out there. Unfortunately, just like that IS-1 over here, taking out that poor, 8-wheeled 234/1. Kind of curious to see what the heck happens as this Panther D goes up against the IS-1. Both can kill.
It's kind of close between both of them, honestly.
In a very perverse way, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really quite happy we're seeing this map for change, as we really don't see it enough. I think it's a fantastic map with the hill in the middle, you got the fighting up north, between like the town or a lot of forest area. There's a lot going on here.
It certainly does make you pick a division that is multifaceted.
Yeah,
to be
you
sure.
definitely need the long range, and you also need, some good CQC options. Or IL-2 coming in here, trying to get side shots, gets the kill. That was pretty good. That was pretty clutch.
And of course he's going to make it out alive too, because he's an IL-2.
Yeah, he's got tungstenanium as armor, because we know that's... Oh, it's probably staluminium, my bad.
Coaxium. So now leaving these anti-air positions that hung out to dry, which means it's just going to be even easier when the next one comes on through. T-34 is actually being rather aggressive as well, so if they're very lucky, the Panther won't see them.
Yeah.
If they're very unlucky, the Panther's going to engage them first. Oh, nope, the Panther apparently has bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, trying to get that single IS run. Once again, it's a pretty neck-on-neck battle. I wouldn't want to risk the IS-1 in such a situation, honestly, as you only get one of them, and Panzer Lehr has many Panthers.
There are many Panthers, but this one is mine. Outside of that, though, we have one Flammenwerfer bike that was just chilling behind that Panther. And unfortunately for that German infantry in the center, not a lot of staying power against that mailed fist of communism.
You got the Guard and Strefniki spam coming in to try and take in that hill position. I do like how Curbs has managed to take out forest position north of the hill. If he can get some anti-tank guns in there, that could do some good work. And he's actually going to be trying to kill the Panther here, but smoke has been dropped just in front of it to block the T-34's line of sight. But that's just going to allow Curbs to get in closer.
I'm actually fascinated to see how this push goes on the hillside. Yeah. I would have thought the flamethrowers have been a little bit more effective than what they've been so far.
Same here. Yeah, Strefniki's just unloading right in here. And I just love how these T-34s are moving up. That smoke really is screwed over a lot. Because at that range, T-34s can actually kill, but there's a Panzer IV backing them up, so... Coming in just in the nick of time to save that Panther.
Well, that's when the cavalry always shows up. I'm still fascinated as the IS-1 and the Panther just continue to throw shots at each other. And the IS-1, oh no, for some reason I always think the IS-1 is going to has absolutely no ammo storage capacity, but no, we are still fine here, Captain.
Nope, still using that smaller 85mm gun. Now, 85mm isn't, relatively speaking, all that small.
But now the T-34s can see.
I think that's going to come down to a stress-out game, and that Panther looks pretty stressed.
But another brilliant smoke grenade to throw it out in front of the IS-1, so Not able to completely follow this up. In fact, I hope he just kind of decides to stay where he is. But there you go. For now, the Panther will live. Unfortunately, his attendant infantry will not. Up on the hillside, the last peeker is trying to mount a stubborn defense. I don't believe that's going to be successful.
No, really not, and that would be a really big position for Curbs to gain. If he can get onto the other side of the hill where all that heavy forest is, yeah, it would be a really tough nut to crack for Panzer Lehr. I mean, they got anti-tank grenades as well, I believe some anti-tank rifles as well, so any like vehicle that dares try to go up slopes of that hill is not gonna have a good time.
No, it is not. Now, luckily for Allot, or Allot maybe, we do have a P4 to maybe put some fire on that hillside. Regrettably, though, he's not going to have very much vision within the next couple of minutes here.
I do actually quite like, he does have quite a lot of P4s out at the moment, 3 of them. Also P3 incoming in. And you don't see as much as I'd like to think with a lot of these heavy Panzer divisions, because most people just like buying Panthers and going home with that. But the Panzer IVs still do a really good job of dealing with the majority of, armoured threats that you come up against. And they're much, much cheaper than Panthers.
I will say I do like Kurtz's utilization, first of all, this off-map, but second of all, of this smoke grenade by the Flammenwerfer, and Panther goes down.
Bam.
To sneak in 4 trucks worth of guards to prepare to attack this town.
Yeah. Unloading... No, it's actually a good time to unload, because by the time he walks up, the off-map should be complete, but... Yeah, really good call-in with the off-map. It's going to be only 122 mils, but that's, still relatively kaboomy, as we can see.
Well, and his guards have enough DACA to get rid of whatever remains, which is unfortunately, in this case, that lone Pioneer Squadron. We're going to be hitting the deck before too much longer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see the ZSU over here putting supporting fire from a distance. That's really rough.
It's just in a perfect spot. But even though, definitely Curbs has the momentum advantage, it's still pretty neck on neck, and Curbs have actually been bleeding points. And, such a Vanguard division such as 26, that's not entirely ideal.
No, but I think in the south, he's a couple meters away from taking another flag if he really, really wants it. He's got a good amount of firepower set up just in case there's any kind of aggression from vehicles. And while we're having this mailed armored force start to, set themselves up, we're seeing some of the lighter Zis guns engage the P3 up on the hillside. And where's the infantry to see it back? Well, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that hillside's really brutal for tanks, because you'd think it'd be pretty, covered, but not really. You're pretty much a shitting duck when you're on top of that hill if you're not inside of a forest.
Actually, I didn't even appreciate either, but these Abusia 25s, these artillery pieces, can dominate quite a bit of the approach going to the eastern side of that central ridge as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like this whole middle area of the map is, or a lot of the map really, having this long-range guns helps out a ton. I mean, like you said, if those Abusias, you can just, shoot up onto the road and, try to hit anything that tries to get up onto the hill from the southern flank.
Well, look at this one over here from Kirk's view. He doesn't need to aggress in the south. He knows there's some stuff over there, but why bother? I mean, there's not hugely great defensive positions. Yeah. I would say the main line of the axis approach, or the axis of approach in this particular case, is just right up the gut.
Yeah. Yeah, and he has a lot of tanks, like, pun intended. If he can just get a big armored scary force, it's a long-range map like this, you're gonna have a good time. Of course, Curbs has tanks as well, and assault guns such as ISUs, he has KVs and KV-85s, but not as many tanks compared to the full might of a balanced income Panzer Lehr.
But that's fine. I mean, he's got the ZIS-3s.
Mm-hmm.
The 76-2 is going to be more than enough to deal with the overwhelming majority of the Lehr material.
And in the position they are right now, it was a scary spot. I mean, he can almost shoot into spawn, really, with those just 3 guns. But fortunately for Allot, he is getting a mortar half-track, and in a situation like this, he's going to need all the mortar half-tracks he can get, which will probably be a lot.
But there's still some small infantry here and there getting picked on off, and we see things like this kind of hero IL-2, Koval over here. He's got 3 or 4 ground kills. He's got 2 just in this run alone. And every single one of these vehicles, while, yes, it's nice that there's more of them for Panzer Lehr, they still cost quite a bit, and we're only barely into Phase B as we speak.
Yeah, this is when, Curbs has finally made his Vanguard income work for him, as he's got a good chunk of land now, especially in the northern approach. And if you just look in terms of stuff that's on the field, Allot doesn't have much stuff on the map right now. Which, is quite ironic. So, hopefully for him, he can maybe build up a force and try to push back, or wherever it curves, he's just going to be able to hold.
What I really like, actually, is that Curves is bringing in a quartet of 82mm mortars.
That's a lot of mortars.
He's looking for counter battery fire with 20mm, that half-track, and that mortar track, I guarantee you. The second they unload, they're going to start just lofting rounds downrange. Pretty sure if he was able to get some eyes on, he'd be throwing an off-map barrage at them as well. His eyes are elsewhere, but I imagine any moment. Huh. Are you, the stars are aligning for you, my friends?
Taking his time. And the hill position, I don't know how long it's going to hold on for. These T-34s are crashing pretty hard, but Allot only has 1 Panzer Grenadier now.
True.
So,
True.
I think the T-34 is going to be fine.
He does have Fausts, though, but we have Strafniki moving in as well. And the Strafniki, if nothing else, meat shields are always successful zerging units.
Especially when your meat shields aren't disheartened, it's pretty nice.
And yep, here. Okay, so the first mortar barrage is starting to go after the anti-air position, and the 203 from way downtown in the back is trying to find that mortar half-track. I like that. I like the division of assets here.
Yep, 26 has those, really big screw-you guns, which you don't see all that often. Which is a shame, because seeing, massive high explosives kabooms makes me happy, Khan. It makes me happy.
Honestly, watching this mortar barrage is making me happy and a little bit terrified. Half-track does already go down, and there goes the anti-air piece as well.
Yeah.
So the domination is going to be complete to the north as another flag falls, and we're down to 16-8.
Holy crap, this is really not looking good for Allot. He does have, 2 heavy tanks in the middle now, but he doesn't have any recon infantry to actually back them up. He's slowly riddling away at Curbs' force, but you really need to at least get like a few more flags back to bring us back to a, just a negative 1 point advantage.
I kind of try to put myself in the shoes of these troops that get taken out by super long-range cannon fire. It's got to be awful. Literally, 1 second, you're like, dude, we got this. Let's get another barrage in there, guys. Probably saying that, completely in German. And then you have just a smoking husk on the field. Yeah.
You just get blown up from out of nowhere. Kind of terrifying.
And the expected IL-2 sparking fire takes out a P3 to the north. And shockingly enough, I thought he was going to just reset for another run on the center material, but another half-track, air-to-air half-track being brought on in. Worthwhile.
Yeah,
very worthwhile.
Curbs' artillery game is really on point. It's completely devastating Allot's defensive position and denying him from actually building up, such a force.
But that's how mortar positions need to be used, though, too. They're not big enough to be super damaging, but you're just there to kind of stress things out.
Yep. I think he's going to be firing his mortars now. Yeah, once again, to try and do some counter battery on the mortar half-track.
And I suspect he's going to do some accidental either stress of the IG-18. He might even kill this anti-air half-track. the 82 mils are powerful enough to do it.
If they can hit.
You know, if you fire enough rounds, and that's why the half track's moving back. He knows it's super dangerous there.
We got a cluster. Curbs is relentless, trying to cluster bomb the artillery here, but we do have a flag fill-in track, so that's gonna stop that. And also a rasp as well. So, I mean, Allot definitely does need his artillery, but just looking on the map, he's like barely holding the southern flank. Pretty much just, you know, good luck.
It's still hysterical to me that we have to have these knee 50mm mortars on this center hill with the smoke layer thing.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I see that stupid thing, that's all. I'm always so confused by that. Like, it's guys, they all have smoke.
Yep. Yeah, god damn, we never see those 50mm mortars being used ever. I mean, they're really good, but they die really quickly, which makes them hard to use.
Panther D, in the meantime, forced back. I think this is just to allow the aggression from more T-34s here. Maybe even moving up one of the Zisses? Ooh, no, actually it'd be interesting to move this ISU 152. I'd really love to see that happen. Doesn't look like it's going to be immediate, though. Instead, we're going to kind of zoom in on this second assault moving across the ridgeline in the center.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now, and... No. Allot has infantry in there, he's got the Pioneers, he has got a pack gun in there as well, but the Russian horde is pretty strong in this case.
We'll probably see one T-34 go down. Oh no, Pack's not going to get any shots off. That is super unfortunate.
Mortars coming in just in the nick of time, and that is how you take a hill position.
But it does come at a cost. We did see a supply truck go down, as did one of the mortar squad teams to the northern side. The 50 mils are still in action. Yep, there they are. And this Tiger is now going among the trees. That might work for your real-life counterparts, but I would not get in there anytime soon.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, Tiger may want to... Yeah, he's going to get off the hill, which is definitely the right play to make. Really don't want to be risking to be up here without any infantry support. Yeah, even... I mean, it's been, you know, quite a few minutes, and Allot has still not... Okay, it's managed to take back at least one flag now, but you really need to, like, one or two more to slow down this point deprecation.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things, I guess. It's that not even stagflation, it's deflation completely of any kind of, you know, Axis ticket valuation. We're headed towards like Weimar Republic levels of what I'm trying to say.
Gonna be using like Deutschmarks as a clique armor on front of the tanks.
Exactly. I mean, it works. You're just gonna put, you know, as much as you're gonna use to buy a loaf of bread. There is an attempted push coming back from the other side, though. Allot bringing in an SPW and a couple squads of Pioneers. I guarantee to set up for a rush onto that hillside. But I think this is going to be almost stillborn. 45 mil moving in as well. Yeah, that's not going to go anywhere. They might break the first line, but they're not going to break it in time before other reinforcements get back in there.
Yeah, I'm thinking if Allot's going to make any sort of play, really going to come down into C phase. Like, I think once the income disparity starts hurting Curbs a bit, and maybe Allot has more C-phase cards, especially with Panzer Lehr deck, we'll see some sort of actual counterattack. But right now, Curbs is in a really good defensive position along the map.
He certainly is, and as long as that artillery continues to be as effective as it is, I don't see any reason for him to be even remotely aggressive. The Russian Air Force is going to have quite a rude awakening, though, when they come back in. We have another flak track and 20 mil pairing being brought into the central positions. And you know exactly why, too, for that matter.
Yeah, but they are being, like, hit pretty hard. I mean, the flak filling track is being forced to retreat after being hit by some rather than RC artillery.
The 2 or 3
So-
still engaging it?
I believe so.
Yes.
Because there's random explosions that are rather big, happening around it. It's exactly what you should be doing with, said heavy guns. Are made for counter battering. I mean, there's even a button for it now.
Yeah, people complain about that, but you know what? I like it, and I don't want to lose it.
Yeah. I wish there was like a proper counter battery mechanic in a sense where if an artillery unit fired but you don't have line of sight on it, it gives you like a general area of where it is instead of just, where you just follow the traces to counter battery. I always found that a little bit gamey.
Yeah, but I can kind of understand that.
Yeah. Also, I think it'd be really hard to implement my option because you'd kind of have to hide the traces somehow so you don't see it until you do. You still do like triangulation stuff, I guess. Anyway, I'm happy as a button 2 can.
I'm sorry. I'm watching this push over here. Storm Pioneers are in the trees. They are in the first line of defense. You're going after those Sturmoviki with the rocks. But they are not hard enough, and they get forced into a very, very quick surrender. Even with 2 squads of reinforcement being moved on in, I do not like their chances.
Yeah, it's them when you have 2 flamethrowers, nothing can really beat you in a close quarters fight.
And it looks like the northern anti-air defenses have been unmasked, so I will not be surprised if we see a shift in target acquisition, shall we say. But the IL-2 just continue to fly in. I mean, again, he's taking fire from 5 sources right now. And his tail's a little bit damaged. Big freaking deal.
Yeah, the 20 mil guns really don't do all that much against ILs. You need the flat KT8 and whatnot to actually get those buggers down.
But that's okay. There's still a yak coming through the center. Bombs away, and Tiger be gone.
Good, very good kill, yeah. We're seeing not 1, but 2 Su-85s coming into the center as well to fight out in a tank-to-tank duel, one of them even being a hero unit.
Yep, Vasily Semyonovich Krysov is here, and is he engaging that Panther at range? Yes, he is. No, he's not. He was. But then thought better of it. Interesting. But okay, if you are Allot here, what do? Where do you concentrate your artillery? Where do you concentrate your sea phase?
I think the northern approach is probably the best, as that middle area of the hill as well as the town is way too fortified. Well, up north it's pretty... I mean, as we see with our God view, it's the weaker area in Curbs' front, but also it's the pain in the ass for Curbs to actually get reinforcements to, as it's a little bit out in the way. Good open-ish ground for tank play and whatnot. I think it's really gonna have to come down to, a northern push, but, anytime Allot brings in stuff, they just kind of die. It doesn't get, like, a big enough force to, make something happen. He's kind of throwing them in piecemeal, it seems.
He certainly is, and we're seeing that happen right now as he brings in 7 more units to the center, including a considerable amount of SPWs yet again. But to what end? Honestly, if I was Curbs, the only thing I probably would change about my defensive position there is moving one of my T-34s up closer into the trees.
Yeah, and that's his free gun is in a perfect position to snipe stuff.
Certainly is, but I'm not seeing him engage any vehicles right now. Well, he will very soon. The SPW is going to get some side shots there.
Allot really needs to get some artillery fire onto that, central forest position where the Z3s are. That's really the main threat here. I mean, he doesn't have any ammo in the rest right now. He always has to get he has an April for 42, so maybe this could be what he needs.
And the barrage, of course, is going right in that central hillside. Wow. Panther engages and is able to take out a T-34 and drive it back into the waiting arms The Naval Velvet Barrage.
Mm-hmm.
Panther's taking fire from a couple sources here. 45 mil and a couple of KV-85s. Yeah, KV-85s. We have the the SU-85s moving on in as well. There's going to be a dead kitty pretty soon.
Yeah, that's... Curbs has pretty much just been able to build up just a massive force due to his defensive posture, and it's going to help out in these last 2 minutes, which we're about to see.
Panther forced to a bailout, and yeah, guys, I don't care how much the banks throw at you, that's not gonna bring you back to life here. Even then, yep, Strofniki, rocks being brought on in. Oh wow, wait a second, the 203 went down, maybe from the Vesp at long last.
I'm guessing?
Well, that's pretty much the only thing I can really think of.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised by it as well. I mean, it is actually unarmored. I always think it's armored, but it is unarmored, so it dies pretty quickly to counter battery fire, and it's very slow.
Well, it is one of those things, like, why would you think to put armor on an artillery piece that's miles away from the front line?
Exactly.
Curious to see Yak 9's going after the infantry in the center. Luckily for the Germans in this case, completely whiffs and yeets bombs far enough back that only the final squad gets a little bit freaked out. Between the Guards and the SU-85s and the KV-85s, like that's pretty much all she wrote.
Yeah, we got like his counter push here from Curbs. It's just moving in the tanks in these last few seconds, just to getting some use out of him.
Well, and I think he's doing that. I think honestly, if this game went another couple of minutes here, obviously we can see that it's not going to. But if we went a couple more minutes, we probably would be seeing this tank push diving to maybe take out some of the anti-air to bring his own planes back into more effective usage. I know Curbs loves his air power, especially on this division.
Yeah, good God, the KD. I think, yeah, once Curbs got into that central position, he just, locked it down. Like Stalingrad, as for, Russian analogy. Yeah, just shot up a lot of tanks.
A lot of expensive tanks.
Exactly. And a lot of really good kills here, all over from the Soviet side.
Yes, that Vesp, by the way, did kill Bartholomeus. Vesp killed the 203.
Nice. Good use of the Vesp, yeah. And I did like how Allot was actually getting like some actual artillery. We don't see it enough, but he just lost that central position, and there's no way in how he was getting it.
Not with that current approach, no. But let's think about this moving forward. So, what is going to be the best push against the 26 as Panzer Lehr?
Depends on quite a few things, but in that sort of matchup, I think it really just came down to just not losing that central position at all in the first place. If he could have held it as Panzer Lehr and then got onto the other side of the forest, deployed some Panthers and other tanks and anti-tank guns in there, I mean, we probably would have seen a reversal where once held that middle position, he could just shoot up all the 26 stuff.
That does certainly seem to be probably a better option than what you saw today. Unfortunately, though, I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So, folks, as we begin to wrap this one up, again, please do swing on by Saturday for the... Say the name one more time, Rang?
Divisional Disaster.
That's what I was saying, the bad divisions, and I was like, not really sure that was the case. So, Divisional Disaster Tournament over here, PLK, Rangru, I might even stop by for a bit, folks. It's gonna be a real hoot time. Any final thoughts?
None whatsoever. Just, look out for Saturday.
In that case, guys, hopefully we'll see you Saturday. If not, we'll see you all next week. Until next time, I'm Con O'Rourke.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.